Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. So Oculus just officially announced V30, the next update for the Oculus Quest and the Oculus Quest 2. With microphone swap, multitasking, new accessibility options, AirLink for the Oculus Quest 1, and yes, the elephant in the room, ads. So well, let's discover it together in this video. Let's get into it. Alright, here we are, so let's go step by step because there are 4 major parts of this update. V30 arriving soon on the Oculus Quest and Oculus Quest 2. As soon as it's gonna roll out, I'm gonna try to get the file as we always do, and then I'm gonna put it in my manual update guide that you can find in the description below, by the way. So if you don't get it automatically, well, you can update directly manually there. But let's get to the parts, right? We have 4 major things. The first one is microphone swapping. Let's say that Oculus never really handled very well the microphone on their headsets. The particular thing here is that when you use the party chat, for example, of course, the people in game can't really hear you, and there's no way to actually switch between one or the other without actually leaving your party chat. So well, what did they do? They created the ability to swap voice between your party and your app you are in. So you can choose if you want to talk with your party or with the party in your game without leaving the party if you are in. And at the same time, this is going to be in the universal menu, so it doesn't need any app to actually support it. It's going to be automatic for every single app on the store. If you want to talk with your party, talk with the party. If you want to talk with your game, talk with your game. If you want to do both, well, have fun switching, because now it's possible. So let's get to the point number 2 that they call flex space, but what it is pretty much multitasking in the dashboard in VR. So you're going to be able to open up to 3 different apps in the dashboard side by side, like it happens right now on the browser. It was this 2 days ago directly from Mark Zuckerberg, and well, now we have the confirmation over here, and it's gonna be part of V30. This is gonna start as an experimental feature in your settings panel. You can just turn it on, restart the asset, and then it's gonna be there. And what you're gonna be able to do is you're gonna be able to just drag your 2D apps from the universal menu bar or the app library just in front of you on the 3 different positions, so in front, left or right, and well, the app is gonna open there. You're gonna have on the left also an X to close it, and have the different options that you're gonna see then when the update is gonna be released. This right now is supporting apps like Oculus Home, Explorer, the store, the browser, events, Oculus TV, Oculus Move, scoreboard, and more. And remember that Oculus is working on bringing Android apps directly on the Oculus Quest 2. So that means that in the future we're gonna be able also to open Discord on the side, Spotify on the other, and keep our store or our party in the middle. So it's very, very interesting indeed the way this thing is evolving. Hopefully we're gonna see Android apps arriving soon to the Oculus Quest 2. Point number 3 is accessibility. So what they added is a color correction at the system level to increase the legibility of colors for people that have issues doing it. So right now you're gonna be able to switch between 3 different options. I'm gonna have to read because I'm not very good with these names. Deuter anomaly, so green and red. Proto anomaly, so red and green. And trit anomaly, blue and yellow. The second feature they added is a raised view, so you're gonna be able to play games sitting, feeling like you're standing up, because it's gonna raise your heights of around 0.4 meters or 16 inches. So in some games that don't really support the seated mode, well, you're gonna be able to play anyway. Grabbing something on the ground will be a bit more difficult if you don't have gravity gloves, but yeah, it's great that they brought this thing in the accessibility settings. Point number 4, and probably the most important, the biggest one in this update, is AirLink for the Oculus Quest 1. It finally arrived. It was weird it didn't arrive before, but of course they wanted to push the update first of all on the Oculus Quest 2, that is a newborn, the greatest kid, and now it's arriving also to the older version, the Oculus Quest 1. Now, there was no problem at all with that, because we still have a 5 GHz connection, and it's absolutely recommended to use that, so you have less latency and a better quality, of course. And let's remember that the resolution of the Oculus Quest 1 is 1440 by 1600, so it's much lower than the resolution on the Oculus Quest 2. And it's also running at 72 Hz instead of the 90 or 120. So that means that at the same bitrate, you're going to be able to cramp a better quality, of course. Now, it was already possible to use AirLink on the Oculus Quest 1 through some mods. Right now it arrived directly, natively, so it's much easier to use. It's much better for everyone if it wants to jump in. And yeah, it's great. So Oculus Quest 1 people are not left behind, and they can enjoy at the same time PC VR games wireless on the Oculus Quest 1 with all the displays. pretty nice. But now let's get to the elephant in the room, right? Ads. Because what is happening? Well, Facebook is starting to implement ads directly in games. Now, this is not really tied to update v30, but because the news came out just before it, I kind of believe that when we're going to get the update, well, we're going to start to see this. For now, they're going to start to just do it for few people to understand the feedback and stuff like it. But yeah, advertisement is coming in games. What does it mean? Well, you're going to see little ads in your games directly, maybe in a billboard and stuff. You're going to be able to click on it, save it for later, say that you don't like this ad and you don't want to see it anymore, but that just means that you're going to send a new ad. And yeah, that really looks like the bad part of Ready Player One, right? Now, this part of the video is going to be more me talking about it and giving my personal impressions, and I'm really interested to hear from you what you think about it, because it's a very touchy subject. Now, stand by on what I said on Twitter. It was kind of naive to think that Facebook, that is an advertisement company, would not use their software, their Oculus products to actually push advertisement. So yes, I was absolutely expecting it to arrive. And while personally I'm not super mad about ads because, well, we live in a life where ads are pretty much everywhere, you can just ignore them like you always do when you go around and you have a billboard while you're driving around. You say like, I don't care, and whatever. The same thing you're going to be able to do in VR. What scares me is actually something else. That is the fact that, well, means that they're going to be able in the future to use your data, movement data, eye tracking, if we get an asset with eye tracking, to actually track what we're doing, to have more targeted ads. And there's something that I can put a stamp on it that is going to happen. And the scary thing, there are no laws at all, at least here in the US, to stop them to do something similar like it. And VR is such a niche that, yeah, we're kind of doomed because nobody cares about it because we are a niche, and until the problem is a problem, well, it's not a problem. Even if it's already a problem, there's no alternative really, because at the end, Facebook is the only one pushing VR forward. The vast majority of people use the Oculus Quest 2, so yeah, there's no way to stop them, unfortunately. Now, a particular thing that not all the apps are going to use it, of course. It depends on developers if you're going to add it or not. And while I can see ads without any problem on billboards and stuff in games, like at the end, if you remember, Space Pirate Trainer already had advertisement. Is one of the first games in VR. On the top right, you were shooting and you had advertisement on new games, and with something like it, it's completely open. I'm glad that more devs are going to be able to show up different games and, you know, improve the sales of their games. But if you're Invader Immortal and I have a Taco Bell ad there, well, that's immersion breaking. So I know that really depends on the developer. I really hope that everything is gonna go well. I don't like this thing happening at all. I know that it can't be stopped because it was part of the idea since the very beginning. But yeah, I really want to know what you think about it and what you're gonna do about it. By the way, I'm done ranting about it. Let's keep the conversation in the comment below, but let's stay civil, okay? I know this is a very touchy thing, but let's talk about it and let's see what's the best way to approach it and see if we can change something. In a way, if you have an idea, please let me know in the comment below. But yeah, I know that is not the best segue, but we're giving away Oculus Quest 2, one each month till the end of the year. So if you want an advertisement, well, there's still a way to do it. Oh yeah, that sounds enticing. But yeah, the link in the description below is to celebrate the 100K. So thanks so much again for the support, of course. There's already a lot of entries, but the entries are not people. Remember, you can have more entries. The more things you follow, like on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course YouTube. You have to be a subscriber, you get more entries, so there are more possibilities to win. But yeah, link in the description below. As always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like it, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more of VR tech, and if you really love the channel, it's a join button there. Little and further, also the Patreon with prior access to videos. At the same time, we have t-shirt, sticker, mask 2021 item number 1. And again, that's all. Like, dislike, subscribe. See you guys next video. Thanks for watching.